You know, what struck me when I was listening to you talking then was thinking about Trump. Let's just say Trump, because he's the biggest of the leaders out there at the moment, leading this charge on everything. Trump is beyond ignorant in every way, and he always was. He's always been monumentally stupid. He's a terrible businessman. Everybody knows. Nobody in New York will speak to Trump, particularly lawyers, because he never pays his bills.
And he doesn't pay his contractors either.
Well, there you go. So he never pays anybody. Right. He's an ignorant thug. That is why he appeals to the MAGA crowd, I guess. They actually believe the slogan, "Make America Great Again." America is becoming tiny and also a massive carbuncle on the potential beautiful face of the human race, of Homo sapiens. We have the potential to actually move into a future where we believe in love and truth, and we look after one another, and we refuse to murder one another. That's absolutely, completely verboten in our brave new world. But they're not. They believe in, no, let's murder everybody. Let's starve children to death because we can make money. And that's all they care about, is making a profit. And it's enshrined, sadly, in American law. You know, the only responsibility that the corporations have is to maximize the bottom line of the profits for their shareholders. It's capitalism at work. And capitalism could not be less interested in ordinary people.
In a must-watch interview, Chris Hedges would talk with Pink Floyd co-founder Roger Waters. In Mexico City, Waters showed his disdain for Donald Trump during the playing of Pigs, 3 different ones. This took place just days after Trump first took office. Clearly, as you see, it's aged like wine. The anti-Trump images were projected onto video screens for all to see. The consequence of sound. In addition to powerful depictions of Trump standing in front of the White House with a machine gun prior to giving the Nazi salute and surrounding himself with Triple K members.
Why should you decide, this colonial settlement in North America, why should you get to decide how everybody else in the world behaves? They want to rule the world. That is what is so dangerous about American foreign policy. You can't rule the world, Joe Biden. You can't do it, brother. It's a fool's errand.
And what many Democrats will despise hearing from Waters, he's to the left of you on neoliberalism.
The problem is that in the United States, successive governments keep the people so ignorant by putting no money into public education at all, not a cent, well, hardly, that they keep them all ignorant and just fed with the mantra, we're exceptional, we're great, we bring liberty and democracy and human rights to the world in the face of almost insurmountable odds from autocratic regimes who we have to destroy. And we're going to destroy Russia now, and then we're going to move on and destroy China. And that is what's in front of us. And you just have to follow us and do whatever you're told, and everything will be all right. It's our job to go, this is all, not just a bit of it, all of it. You are an insanely depraved empire doing nothing but harm everywhere you go and with everything you touch. And this idea of building thousands of military bases around the world and trying to defeat everyone in war will lead only to a nuclear conflagration and we'll all be dead. And I don't hope you'll be happy then, because this is insane and we all know it is. Maybe the planet will be saved, but it's not going to be saved by Exxon or Davos or Bono or Richard Branson.
He is outspoken on many issues, including billionaires, the elites in Davos, man-made global warming.
Okay, breaking news. 34 members of Congress have written a letter, I'll attach a PDF, have written a letter to President Biden asking him to pardon Stephen Donziger, who was incarcerated simply because he represented the indigenous people of rainforest Ecuador in a legal battle against Chevron Corporation. He won $9.5 billion. Chevron have failed to pay a single penny. Please, President Biden, read this letter.
He vouched for attorney Steve Donziger.
I'm in my little studio. I've just been at work on a piece of brown cardboard with a Sharpie. I'm going to now switch this over to the other lens. This says, Roger Waters supports Palestine action, 5th of July 2025. Parliament has been corrupted by agents of a genocidal foreign power. Stand up and be counted. It's now. I didn't have space for or never, but it's now. That's enough. All right. I declare my independence from the government of the UK, who've just designated Palestine Action a terrorist, prescribed terrorist organization. For the record, 5th of July, I support Palestine Action. It's a great organization. They are non-violent. They are absolutely not terrorist in any way. They are a non-violent protest organization protesting the presence in the UK of Elbit Systems, who are an Israeli arms manufacturing organization.
He also risked jail time by speaking out for this organization.
In America, since 1776, they've been absolutely clear that they have no interest in human rights, freedom of speech, democracy, any of the things that they pretend to support. They don't. And we know it, but what can we do about it? All we can do is go on encouraging ordinary people all over the world, and there are billions of us, to stand shoulder to shoulder and resist them and say, no, you may want to devote your entire life to making Raytheon and Grumman and Palantir richer and keeping Jeff Bezos in, $50 million weddings, but I don't. I want to live in a world where my children can go to school and we can talk to one another and, maybe go for a swim in the river a weekend. That's the world that I want, where we look after one another and we look after the weakest amongst us and so on and so forth. So I am a socialist. Oh, my God, no. Whoa, what could be? Oh, that's awful. You mean look after people? Instead of stealing from them and spending all the money on weapons so that we can kill people. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.